I want them to ban Karthus. I think Karthus ban for SKT is really fucking important versus G2. It's not a pick that they see a lot in Korea, so I think Karthus ban. I want them to ban out unique G2 picks like Karthus. Maybe Jace. Karthus and maybe Jace.
Control mage, I want to see Ezreal, and if I'm a G2 fan, I want to see them take it all away.
Yeah, we're expecting things like the Ezreal to be banned away. Tom Kench will likely be taken away.
Oh, they have to ban Taric Sona.
Interestingly, SKT
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Korean teams don't play Taric Sona, so they do have to ban Taric Sona.
From G2.
Yeah, still yet to really make its way over into the LCK in Korea. They have seen some funny lanes with Talia Pantheon, but Sona Taric in particular really warps kind of the dynamic in which you have to play the game mid to late.
Well, Galio Jarvan, that's some weird ass
Jarvan
stance.
and the Galio is the two highest priority champions from the play-in stage at 91 and 89% presence respectively. The Karthus being taken away from Jankos. He made a name for himself by pressing R in the spring split.
Now, I love the Karthus ban because it's something that was very specific to Europe. The rest of the world didn't really prioritize
Karthus Sona ban
the jungle, but it's
is
something that
Korean
in Europe,
Korean
top
teams
first
playing
pick
versus
almost
non-Korean
every game,
teams
LCK
and being like, we don't play
SKT
Sona
obviously
Taric,
don't
we don't
wanna
play
have to deal
Karthus,
with it,
we
but
can't deal
right
with
now
it,
it's
so
one
we
of
have to
those in
ban
the
it.
draft.
Well, I really love the Tahm Kench ban from G2 also. I think Tahm Kench is by far one of SKT's most crucial champion to their success because Kench allows them to affect other lanes from bottom lane lead and makes their bot lane so sturdy. I love the Tahm Kench ban. Galio and Jarvan, I'm not in love with, but those are good bans. Just the Tahm Kench ban, I'm fucking in love with.
Ezreal is being left open.
It certainly isn't as Teddy.
I don't think Teddy playing Ezreal is that dangerous. There's a lot of champions that Teddy's great on. It's not just Ezreal.
And unlock Mata on the map. I feel like one of the key things in this matchup is Mata matching Mickey because it's a crucial member of G2.
I'm looking at
Ooh,
some
Rek'Sai
available
ban.
picks. Rise, Silas, Akali.
Ooh, jungle's now a little bit pinched. I think Jarvan, Rek'Sai are the two most common and the most strongest jungles in the meta right now. So you go stuff like Lee Sin, Nocturne, Gragas. Clit is fine on all of those.
Aurelia, Jace, all of the big
First
flex
pick
picks
Rise.
that so
Okay.
many people have been
Take the
talking
Jace.
about have been left open, and no surprise, G2
For sure
immediately
Jace
get their
here.
hands on the big power pick of Riot.
Yeah, certainly do top mid flexibility as well.
I would guess Jace Braum. Jace Braum or Jace Braum or Kai'Sa Braum.
As the safe laning phase, dominant split, versatile champion. See whether right now it's going to be a Silas and potentially Aurelia takeaway here. Try and get that AD
Silas,
mix,
okay.
which is so hard at the moment on the top side of the map.
I wouldn't be
Silas
surprised
is good,
if
Silas
SKT
is
just
good.
look to grab the Silas.
The thing that's kind of bad about Silas when they first pick Rise though, if you match Silas to the Rides, it's pretty favorable for the Rides. So I would have preferred the Jace, but Silas is okay.
And maybe the Lee Sin for Clid, with both
I would've
Jarvan
preferred
and
Jace.
Rek'Sai taken off the board, arguably two of the most contested junglers. Just lock in that next big powerhouse and something that you're extremely comfortable on.
Or potentially Braum, whilst you don't necessarily know what
Oh, no Braum, no Kai'Sa. Ugh, Jace Braum would have been my picks here.
he is going to play. Bottom lane champion pool is being hit quite heavily right now, and I do think that it's important for Teddy and Mata to
I think
get a very
SKT is so much better when
Just to put some numbers
Mata
to
is
it,
on Braum or
the
Tahm Kench.
most played champion this split was the Lee Sin, 19 games. Following that was Jarvan at 12, and
Zyra
then Rek'Sai
Khan?
at 4. So very
Zyra
heavily
Khan, it
focusing
seems like.
on that pick. Over on G2 sides, they've already locked in the Zyra for perks.
Now we're looking at the Zyra Khan right now for G2. If you ask any
Braum here, even if they ban Varus, Ezreal, you still have Kai'Sa. They still have Varus, Ezreal, Kai'Sa, so they have 3 champions that they could be picking, so I would like the Braum pick here.
European team, they say it is a mistake to give Mickey his Rakan. It was one of his best champions during the regular season. It is one of his best playmaking champions, and it synergizes so well with the Xayah as well. You already have a strong 2v2 on the bot side of the map for G2.
And this is why I thought the priority on Braum would be so much
Oh,
higher,
no
because all of
Braum?
a sudden, if you want to take 2 good matchups in there, you know, something like the Ezreal, which is being
Oh.
now you're not going to have
No
the
Jace, no
response
Braum.
in the bot.
No Jace, no Braum. SKT doesn't know their own priorities. I feel like SKT should be prioritizing Jace and Braum a lot higher.
Bottom lane jungle champion pool looks much more open for me, so they choose to go with Teddy's pick, and Martin now is on the back.
They're gonna pinch jungle. They already picked their jungle, and there's already 2 jungle bans. SKT has
So
to
what I
pitch
love
jungle.
about this draft so far is that both teams feel like they're quite happy with what they've got. For the side of SKT, they have the flexibility of Silas that can still move between top and mid. Clid has got a jungler that he knows he's very comfortable on, and they can even pinch any potentially bad jungle matchups. And Teddy is on his
Why Irelia? You need to be banning out junglers.
Legendary Ezreal. SKT must be
What?
feeling good, while G2, they're in exactly the same position.
Exactly
What?
right. Most comfortable bottom lane for Perks and Mickey X, especially when it is
Okay,
going
so
to
they
be
get to take
in a
away Braum
standard
from you.
laning phase. They also still have the flexibility to change it up into some form of funnel. We saw it that in the final. Obviously, Rise is just the best flex pick on the current patch. And also stylistically, neither of these comps are just locked into a certain
What
style.
junglers would
They're
you
not
ban
team
here?
fight, they're not 1-3-1.
I would
They
ban
are very
Gragas,
versatile
Nocturne.
at this stage of the champion select.
Gragas
Now we see the
Nocturne.
Brauming taken off the board. You already talked about.
What? What? Why are you afraid of them funneling? Wait, what's the Morgana ban for? Wow, they didn't touch any jungle bans. What the fuck are you doing?
Bit earlier, Spawn, the Morgana being
What
taken
the
away,
fuck?
that potential funnel strategy gonna be denied from the side of SKT. They don't want to have to deal with any of this crazy stuff from G2.
A lot of respect coming up from SK.
Yeah, they have no reason to
Persona,
funnel.
The Karthus, the Morgana for this stage, and maybe nudging a G2 esports a little bit more towards that standard or traditional style of gameplay. We need to find these last two picks to find out how it works out, as Akali is the final phase 2 ban.
There's actually not that great of a support pick left for SKT. Probably something like Alistar. Alistar is like the only like meta support that's left. Alistar or Nautilus is shit versus Zaya. Oh, I feel like Alistar is the only thing.
Really, the only flex pick untouched,
Okay.
I was gonna say,
Nautilus
Jace
is kinda
Nautilus
shit versus Zaya in my
potentially also
opinion.
falling into this category. I
Oh,
thought Faker
I'm
would
not
be
feeling
playing
it that
a little
much.
bit more. A lot of this year, he has played the control.
I think they
base
should
in
have
the
picked
mid lane,
Braum
a lot
early.
of Lissandra, a lot of Galio. I think Nautilus fits that mold, but interested to see whether it's something Mata wants to play.
So now we're looking at like what potential picks are available. Where will the Rise go? Expectations are for me that the Rise will go
Seju.
up towards the top side of the map. G2 already have very solid engage with the Rakan, and they may be looking for a little bit.
Oh wow. So SKT ends up giving up Jace like this. I don't get why they didn't take Jace here instead of Sylas. That makes so much more sense. Jace is good into Rise. Jace can swap to mid lane, and they can always take Sylas later. And they can keep putting Jace wherever they think Rise is gonna go. I feel like Jace Braum would have been such good picks here.
More, but they're actually going to go with the direction of Jason. Again, you can still flex these two. Very easily can go between the top and mid lane, and they want to spend a little bit more time thinking about what they want to put into the jungle.
And it could potentially just be the Olaf, you know,
Could
tempo
be.
jungler, already 2 strong lanes, clear fast, be able to protect caps as
Gragas
well.
or
as one
Seju?
Something that we've seen Jankos
Oh,
come back to
Elise?
time and time
Holy
again,
shit.
Especially with Rek'Sai.
Damn, G2 is coming out so strong from the gates. This is like incredibly strong early game. But also good 1-3-1. Their team fighting is really weak though. They don't have any kind of front line or any kind of tank. So their team fight is going to be weak, where their skirmish and their split push is going to be really strong.
Take it away.
This is a Yanko special. Back when he first, well, when he really made a name for himself in the European scene, it was on this Elise. He was titled the First Blood King all the way back in the day, and recently he's been bringing it out a lot more on this patch with these early aggressive junglers, but you're definitely looking for early game leads with this champion.
It is Yankos' most played.
Oh my god. They actually fucking picked Azir. How many of you guys watched the Listen Loco episode where I said SKT is gonna pick Azir and lose early in the tournament and they'll drop Azir? Who fucking watched the episode? Oh my fucking god. They actually fucking did it. Oh my fucking god. Why would you do this? Why do you draft so much towards late game? Holy fuck. I knew it would happen, but they still fucking... I knew it would happen, but they still fucking did it and lost. Fucking crazy.
Professionally at 72 games with a win-loss ratio of just under 60%. The final lock-in is going to be the Azir. So Spawn, you were asking, what is Faker gonna play? He's currently sitting on the Azir, and Mata takes the Nautilus.
And this is more of what we saw when Faker played against aggressive mid laners in the LCK like Chovy. A lot more Azir pickup coming through, a little bit of Corki in there as well. Certainly scaling seemed to be the priority in the LCK.
It's not in the
where a lot of
GBA
the
episode,
teams
it's in the latest
internationally
episode.
like to play that fast early mid-game strategy that we're
I mean,
currently
Azir into Rise is traditionally a good pick, but what happens is before Azir can get to the point where it matters that you're a fucking Azir, like the game is already lost and you never get to team fight. So G2 drafted very similarly to I think they would. A lot of early game, a lot of 1-3-1, a lot of split push potential, and a lot of being able to play the map in a really wide way. SKT drafted pretty disappointingly for me. I really wish they took the Braum earlier, and I really wish they took Jace earlier. I don't understand this sudden priority on Sylas and Lee Sin.
What we're seeing right now is what you expect.
For SKT to win this, they need to get Sylas ahead. If Sylas isn't ahead later on, they have a huge problem. So I'll talk about the huge problem SKT will run into. So if G2 gets ahead, especially G2 solo laner, Jace and Rise, no one can match them in a split push later on. That's a huge problem. If these two get ahead, the split push win condition is way too strong. But on the other hand, if Sylas is able to match someone in a split push lane, one thing that's really bad for G2 is no front line or tanks. Because they don't have tanks, they can't go into SKT. So whenever SKT sets up at Baron or at Dragon or Elder Dragon, G2 has no one that can face check later on in the game. And if you have to face check into Ezreal, Azir Soldiers, Nautilus Hook, or Nautilus Ult, that's really fucking problematic. So if G2 solo laners get ahead and they're able to split push fine, then SKT will lose. If SKT can keep Sylas pretty ahead and make sure they don't fall behind too much on tempo and set up for objective first, and G2 has to face check into them, it's incredibly bad for G2. So both teams have very different win condition, and it's going to depend a lot on solo laners getting ahead early. Early on, the two lanes that are kind of, what is it that Elise will look for? Elise will look for either the Sylas or bot lane. Mid lane is ungankable. When Azir has cleanse versus both Ryze and Elise, it's ungankable. It's either going to be top or bottom, depending on her pathing. Well, it looks like she's going to pass top side. So probably early ganks coming on top side.
Control of the wave. SKT have the tools to fight back, but it must go through Faker.
Wow, Lee Sin starting blue instead? What the fuck? Lee Sin blue no leash. Oof. That's spicy.
A little bit of damage to start things off, but I just want to draw a little bit more attention quickly to Caps versus Faker. For anybody who has not kept up with G2's roster change, Caps came over from Fnatic last year. Perks role swap down, and in this mid lane,
achievements unlocked.
Going up against the greatest of all time, Faker.
Certainly is. Caps.
Wait, Caps has 6 titles? It's fucking bullshit. Caps has 6 domestic titles? He has 1 with G2 and 2 with Fnatic, no? He has 3. Why does it say he has 6 domestic titles?
Last year he had the opportunity to play up against Rookie. He didn't do that well. He definitely struggled.
Caps has 3 domestic
Faker
titles.
has definitely been a long time goal for him to try and overcome. And it's funny because when you
maybe
look
with
at
Turkey,
Perks
maybe
he's already had the opportunity to battle and go even against Faker on the internet.
We take a look at that domestic title: 6 for Caps, 7 for Faker. Obviously, Faker has all of the international success under his belt. And Caps will have
Lee Sin going for early level 3 without contesting Scuttle.
From those Sand soldiers as Mickey and Perks are being shoved in by Ezreal and Nautilus.
And a few things I want to point out quickly. It is going to be airy in the top lane as far as Keystones. A lot more lane dominant room than maybe.
One reason why people do this path thing, so you can see Jace has 10 CS and Sylas has 2 CS. That means Jace has a lot of CS built up, right? And Elise's natural pathing is diving topside, and then they also warded this to check for Lee Sin. Lee probably gonna wait here. That's probably why SKT did this pathing to prevent the level 3 dive.
Something like Conqueror for the split pushing late game, and when you have a look into that bottom lane, it's going to be Guardian picked up for Mickey. Much more lane oriented.
Jace is stacking the wave, like trying to dive. That's why Lee Sin passed topside. It actually makes some sense now. Because they had a ward in the red, so they knew Elise started red, so that's why he did that pathing.
They did come to Hanoi. The team has been practicing with him. He is playing, and he is good to go. And we're excited to see what
Not
he can
doing the
bring
dive.
in
Khan has to conserve HP. Khan, conserve HP. Khan, conserve HP. Holy shit.
3 members of G2 Esports starting to
conserve HP.
Flid and Khan.
Oh my god.
Is going to
Clid
be under
pathing
some
though.
threat. Here comes Clid. Manages to get
Where's
the Tempest
Faker?
and the cripple.
Where's
The
Faker?
Ward hop away to safety. The Rune Prison comes
Okay,
down.
Faker just
There's
staying
no
mid.
further follow-up, no summoner spells used.
Damn, that
either.
was such good pathing from
Khan
Clid.
does not get tower dome.
But this should go to show how aware and how intelligent Clid is as a jungler.
Yeah, that was so good from Clid.
In the bot lane,
He
There is
deserves hella
indeed
credit for
supports
that.
going on to respective AD carries. Perks
Woo,
drop to
Nautilus.
200 hit points.
Nautilus
Continues
damage is
to
so
get pushed
fucking
back as
bullshit.
Martin
Oh my
and
god.
Teddy
Fuck that
step
champion.
forward. As it stands, Teddy might have win out that trade.
definitely a favorable trade towards the bot side of the map, but I want to go back towards this Clid point because he saw
Okay.
the potential of getting.
So I'll explain why Clid is here. They're not going to be able to kill Wonder. Why Clid is here is, if you count the CS, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He has 7 CS, and then Wonder has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has 6 CS. So the wave will push this way, and the wave will get stuck somewhere like here if Clid isn't here to help Khan push out. That's why Clid is here. He's not trying to kill Wonder. He's making sure the wave pushes out all the way and it crashes so Khan can take a reset. This is what you do for your losing top lane matchups.
Dive towards the top side.
He's just pushing the wave. They're not trying to kill. They're not trying to kill.
Chains don't connect. Wonder manages to escape with his life. Smooth sidestep.
Because Clid is a member
They'll kill if Wonder plays stupid, but the point of Clid going up there isn't to kill. The point of Clid going up there is to crash the wave so Khan can back.
So a hyped jungler out of the LPL. Very smart.
Oh my god.
Also known
Oh my god, these idiots don't fucking shove in the wave all the way. The whole point of doing that was to shove in the wave all the way. And they didn't fucking shove in the wave. Oh my fucking god. Holy shit, Korea needs me. My country needs me. I need to go coach SKT.
Especially on his most played champion this split.
Now their wave is frozen. What the fuck was that?
Silas down 8 CS
My
for
country
time being,
needs me.
as Caps will get a little bit of time to put pressure onto Faker. Khan has already teleported back to lane, picked himself up that Dark Seal and takes a small trade from Yankos.
And now we need
Oh, that
to
was
see how
so
Khan
dumb
deals
though.
with some
The
of
whole
this
point of
pressure
Clid
because
going
the
up there was to
LCK
push in the
will
wave, and he
someone
actually didn't
plays
push in the
behind
wave.
over bottom
And
lane
now the
side.
wave is frozen and Khan doesn't have
Connect that
TP.
dredge line, a little bit of a reaction there from Mickey. Clid looks to be around the Scuttle Crab, so not coming in just yet. Cleanse and Flash still available for Faker.
Whew, that
Not
Faker
gonna do
movement.
either, as he easily sidesteps the cocoon.
And unfortunately, I don't know whether they've got enough done in
It's
this
so hard to
mid
crash the
lane
wave
early.
now.
Faker still with both summoners has got
Okay.
himself a two-way
Oh, he needs to
advantage
crash the
right
wave,
now on
but
the
it's gonna
Azir,
stay stuck
and
for
just
such a long
bullying
time.
Caps around.
Still only 5 minutes into the game, Spawn. I'm not too concerned just yet. I'm still looking at this map and I'm noticing that G2's investment is towards the top side of the map. And while we do see that Faker is getting an advantage in mid, note how Wonder is building a big advantage towards the top side as well. He set up a nice freeze after Khan and Clid tried to force the wave and then TP back.
No, he didn't set up a freeze, Vedius. Well, he did set up the freeze, but it was Khan and Clid. They made the mistake because they were there with creeps and the wave, and they didn't push it in all the way. It wasn't. Wonder did a good job of freezing, but Khan and Clid did a terrible job of actually shoving it in all the way.
Crucial, we saw Mickey
Oh,
on screen. The
oh.
sliding glide.
Holy fuck, did you guys see that? I'm gonna replay this. Watch Faker, he's not using ult instantly. He's not using ult instantly because he's expecting Caps to flash, and then he's gonna flash ult Caps. But Caps is also waiting until he sees the animation, so he's just holding flash the whole time, and then he sees the animation, and then he flashes.
Saw Mickey on screen. The
Oh my
sliding
god.
glide, not gonna be
Both
able to land
mid
it.
laners
Faker
were
almost catches
fucking
Caps,
waiting
but
for each
well
other.
timed flash
Oh,
from Caps
that
escapes
was
with his life.
incredibly high level
We've
mind
seen
games.
before, we've seen Mickey recall and roam to
Both
try
mid
to
laners are
impact
so
the
good.
mid lane side.
That was really good on
Martin
Faker to
was
wait
there
with the
to
ult, and that was
potentially
really
get
good on
involved
Caps
if needed.
to wait with his flash. God damn.
Still in the wings. No.
All right, good damage from Yankos onto
Oh
Clid.
my
Has
god.
Flash available, but
So Elise versus Lee Sin matchup is whoever is able to jump on the other person first just destroys the other person. Because they both have execution tools in Lee Sin Q and Elise Spider Q. If you start the fight first on Elise as Elise Sin, Elise has to run away. If you start the fight on Lee as Elise, then the Lee has to run away. So
not going to chase
Jankos
further.
did a really good job
Push
there,
out
jumping
of
on
his
Clid
jungle
first,
as
and now
G2
Clid is
crucially
fucked.
are investing all of that Sheen. Caulfield's Warhammer for
Oh!
purpose. He gets caught out.
Oh!
Look at the minimap. Faker's coming from.
Wait, why? Mickey still has flash, so does Perks. What was that?
Sheen. Teddy has already recalled and teleported back to lane. He's sitting on that Sheen. Caulfield's Warhammer for perks as he gets caught out. Take a look at the minimap.
That wasn't even fucking close.
Faker's coming from mid lane. Perks gets first blood onto Mata.
Huge pick
Damn.
for G2 SKT. They
What
saw
the
Faker roaming
fuck?
down. They knew Caps wasn't in the mid lane. They thought that they could set up this play in time for Faker to arrive. But
He saw
was
Faker
too
coming
far
in,
away.
and he just
Mata
went way
finds
too
the kill,
fucking
and
early.
G2 walked in.
Oh man, the team.
Damn, Teddy also doesn't have tier. Teddy doesn't have tier, and he burned his teleport, so he's gonna be stuck in lane without tier. And Perk just backed and was able to buy items after he got first blood. Like, the item situation in bot lane is so fucking shitty right now, where Israel just has a Sheen, and the Zaya has a hammer and a pickaxe. And Ezreal's out of mana, and he doesn't have teleport, and he doesn't have tier. Bot lane's actually in a fuck situation. Both top and bot are in a fuck situation.
Tension is still so high because even though there's only one kill on the board, it has
Teddy's,
been
like, completely
non-stop
oom now. He
pressure.
can't do
If you look at the
anything.
minimap again, Caps is roaming top. When that first blood happened, a Faker was roaming bottom, and Khan may be in trouble. He still got flash though.
And this is one of the things that you
Holy
point out
fuck.
towards the smart of
Teddy
G2.
Mata
You see
losing
first
to
move
role
up,
swapped
handoff
mid
happening.
laners.
As an Azir player, you want that immediately, so they use that time.
Solo
Mika.
kill.
Oh!
Solo kill. Can Wonder find the shot?
Damn, the only person doing well for SKT right now is Azir.
Wonder
It's Faker.
stepping up on the international
Oh,
stage.
Faker
This is one
senpai,
Wonder
you're the
is
only
supposed
one
to
I
keep
can
their
trust.
eyes on.
So here's Faker, and so here's the problem, okay? So this, after this minion dies, right, the wave will push. So Perked and Mickey X has no reason to stay, and they'll start backing off in the lane. So that's why Mata felt inclined to go in early. But the shitty thing here is, because Mata doesn't have flash, he needs to kind of just fake going in, and then like get them to burn time, and then use Q. He can't just go in right away, which he did. Like, he has to like look like, you see how Mickey X was like wiggling here trying to dodge the wall or dodge the Nautilus Q? Like, he needed to buy time, not go in right away.
He thinks with Faker heading down the river right now with all of that mid lane.
Yeah, and also he didn't have aftershock there, so he insta-melted. He either tries to buy time, or doesn't go in at all. You kind of have to bait the fight there. You can't just go right away.
Didn't even have ultimate either. So in my opinion,
Teddy's so fucked in lane. No mana. No mana. They have 0 kill potential. Teddy has no mana. Teddy's gonna have to back once, where Perks and Mickey X are gonna get to stay and be up in tempo. They can push and then do dragon and then reset.
Just continuing to grow.
Just
I
push,
feel like
yeah.
this is where Mickey actually gets unlocked to be available on Summoner's Rift.
Oh, so
So I
good for
thought that they
G2
would
at the
have
moment.
to try and get rid of, you know, the cleared Faker duo.
Yeah, now
and try
Teddy's
and
trapped. He
separate,
can't
but that
back.
isn't the way that right
Oh,
now G2 are attacking
so
the
bad
map.
for bot
And
lane.
a lot of the disadvantage.
So here's the problem. Lee, he has to cover the bleeding from bot lane, and he has to give space to bot lane because Mata fucked up once and Teddy fucked up. So he has to be bot lane, and when Lee is bot lane and top lane is just isolated, it's so good for Jace. Because they fucked up earlier, and Jace got a huge CS lead and a freeze. It's so good for Jace versus Sylas. It's a level difference. It's about 38 CS differential. So top lane is going to be isolated, and Jace is going to keep getting a lead on Sylas, and bot lane needs babysitting so they don't lose Dragon or they don't lose turret. And SKT's one of their primary win condition is making sure Teddy and Faker are fed. So Khan is going to get sacrificed while G2 slowly wins from bot side and top side, and they're not going to be able to deal with split push later. SKT is getting fucked in like multiple avenues.
Finds himself in is
To approve.
The only person that's ahead from SKT is Azir, and Azir's not really a roaming champion. Like, when you're ahead from mid lane as Azir, you get turret plating, and you get priority mid to do Dragon or Herald, but you don't really roam, and you can't affect other lanes that heavily. And they can't go for Dragon or Herald because their side lanes are losing so badly. So even though Faker has a lead, it's actually so fucking meaningless.
Farm as this game progresses.
Like, Azir has a lead on Rise, but it's literally like fucking meaningless. It doesn't mean anything. And Caps can always, like, Caps is giving up mid farm and roaming, so what can Faker do? He's gonna push and he's gonna get turret plating, but that's not gonna mean that much. Oh, this is so bad.
Like G2, looking for proactive plays, looking to get into SKT's face and disrupt them.
So bad.
And once again, Jankos and Caps looking for opportunities.
They're not even gonna miss CS because Zaya's coming mid to cover.
We need to take a quick
Like, this is the tempo difference that I was talking about. Rakan and Zaya are already on the map, and Ezreal and Nautilus are just getting out of the map. There's such a big tempo difference from bot lane.
look at the mini-map, because you'll notice that a lot of people right now are moving towards this top side of the map. The Azir, the Nautilus.
Oh, Silas is so fucked.
If not, it just looks like
He's never going to be able to match the Jace.
As the tension continues
God
to
damn,
build,
SKT's just going to get pulled around the entire game. The Jace is way too far ahead.
There's a couple more plates continuing to drop. Caps and Wonder, they're going to be content for now.
SKT's are like, they're already getting pulled. Like the Azir is forced to go top. Nautilus is forced to go top. Look at the Ezreal. Ezreal is forced to go mid. They're getting pulled around by what G2 wants them to do, and they're not going to get to 5v5 situation. Remember, G2 is all about pressure points and playing the map wide as possible. They create multiple pressure points and they play the map wide as possible. That is fundamental G2 play. It is not creativity, it is playing the map wide as possible. Like, they have fundamentally really good macro. Whenever people talk about G2 as like, they are a very like unique team, they're a very creative team. That is true, but that's not their primary strength. We've had unique and creative teams before. G2 is just good at League of Legends. They're not just creative. So, right? Like, it might look like, oh, they're getting Herald and SKT is getting Dragon. Even when it's an even trade, this is so bad. So I talked about tempo a lot earlier, right? So now look at the tempo for the jungler. Lee is doing Dragon, while Zankos already did Herald and is backed. And he can go mid, start pressuring with Herald. Their bot lane already pushed out and it did double golems, and then they're backing, and Jace is taking top turret. So the only person from SKT that's ahead in tempo is Faker. All 4 other members are behind in tempo, and SKT is just going to get pulled around the map again. Next 2 minutes for SKT is going to be really shitty. They're going to be chasing around Zankos. Okay, so Zaya is staying and only Rakan is backing. So bot lane's going to be even in tempo, except for Rakan, who's going to be ahead in tempo.
123 CS for Wonder, 74 for Khan.
SKT is going to get pulled around so much. Like, I really want to highlight the item difference right now. Even though Klid is up CS, he doesn't have his jungle item finished, and he doesn't have boots, where Zankos got his magic boots and he has his jungle item finished. Zankos is up in tempo, so he's stronger on the map. And see, Klid has to back, Nautilus has to back. Like, all this like little tempo stuff matters so much in early game, and G2 is doing a great job of abusing their tempo and never letting SKT catch up, and SKT is always just chasing around G2 and trying to plug holes. They're always just plugging holes that G2 are creating.
Have to credit the brains of G2, because it's a deliberate choice that they've made. They know they have the 1-3-1, and the Khan is the only
They're not even overpressuring turret, just waiting for the resets. Level 10 to level 8. Oh my god, level 10 Jace to level 8 Silas. What the fuck? Why did you fucking first rotation Silas when Jace was up? Fucking pick Jace and Braum, you idiots!
Jankos looking for a play towards the bot side of they have Azir.
There's not gonna be a team fight, dude. Juan, there isn't gonna be a team fight. They're just gonna get fucking... They're just gonna be chasing around G2 on the map. There will never be a 5v5 team fight. And when there is a 5v5 team fight, it'll be with G2. It'll be under G2's choice. G2 will get to pick which kind of 5v5 they want, with SKT coming into them, getting poked out with one member picked off.
Almost as expected.
The side lanes are just gonna... The side lanes are just way too powerful. Like, look at the fucking Jace versus Silas. It's over.
Good news is that they're
Shit
being
is
able
over.
to staunch the
G2
bleed
needs
that
to
was
throw
starting
for
to occur on
SKT
the
to catch
bottom
up.
side of the map
They
right
need to do
now.
like a
But you just
significant
have a look
throw.
at the vision in River.
Also, yeah, if they send Rise versus Silas, could Silas build the armor items?
Noticed how Silas is itemizing right now, full armor. He wants to mitigate as much of this Jace damage as possible.
Rise into
he's
Silas
just
is
like,
also
okay,
GG
we'll
for
put you up
Silas.
against the Rise. You've got no resistance.
And let's see what can happen. All
Rakan
5
ults.
members of both teams actually
Rakan
making
ults
their way
seal
to the
from
mid lane.
Silas.
The Rift Herald's going to get that fully charged up and gets the boop down. True Shot Barrage flies across G2 Esports HP bars.
This isn't that great for G2 when all 5 members are in mid lane like this. This is like something that SKT wants. They want to go back to side lanes and keep pressuring.
Now the tower doesn't fall.
There you
She's
go.
pushed
Fuck you.
out
Don't
the
ARAM.
wave.
Go to
They
the side
took
lanes.
top tower.
Like these jungle fights where Klid has to check into red with no vision, and G2 can be in any of these brushes, is so dangerous for SKT. 8 plays to 1 plate. Yowza. Whenever Klid has to check into the red jungle, it's so fucking shitty.
His first big item. But as it stands, G2, they've got themselves at 3,000 gold.
They're just
lead.
chunking
They are
Faker so they can
once
get mid
again
turret.
pushing
Just
Faker
forcing.
away from the tower.
All they did
Now
was
the
force
auto
Faker to go
should
like this
secure
so
it
they can
on
take
this
turret.
wave with the Elise and Jace combination.
Damn,
That's the
G2's actually
second
so good about
tower
prioritizing the right
going in
turrets.
favor of G2 esports. The early game has gone as you would anticipate.
One
not
mistake
only
G2
for
could have
the
made
composition,
was
but also
going for a
the
second turret before they
styles
went
of
for mid
play.
turret,
And now
but
G2
they
have
instead
extended
changed the
mid-game
order where they go
decision-making
for this
to
one
push
first and then
SK
for top lane
Telecom
later
And I wanna
to make
reinforce,
sure
G2
Faker
is right
can't
now
affect the
at
game.
3,000 gold advantage, and when we look at the
Faker's
gold, it is
having a
all on
good
Wonder, and, it's actually
to a
on the bot
decent
side of the
game.
map as
Faker's
well.
not playing bad at
Woods and
all,
Wonder have
but
built
the way
huge
G2 is
gold
playing
advantages
is
over
making
their
it
lane
so Faker
opponents.
can't
And,
affect the
you can
game at
see
all.
in the items they see
The
his
way
stats,
they're
because
doing it
of
makes
all the
Faker
global
fucking
gold he's
useless.
been picking up, he's actually in an even state against Faker.
And it's so hard for anyone on SKT to check into G2. You check into a Ryze, Elise, Rakan, oh my god. You're in the same jungle as a Jace, it's just fucking EQ to the face.
All pressure's not done yet. That's a 4-man stack on the bottom lane.
Wait.
Nicky's looking for a way to get in with the quickness.
Oh my god. This is... I'll talk about tempo a little bit more. You see Wonder perks are already here. So look at the distance on the turret. So they're already here. While Khan is this far away and he has a wave to build up. So they're up in tempo. G2 up in tempo on SKT. So what SKT needs to do is they need to match. If they don't match, the game will accelerate. And if the game accelerates, then it's so shitty for SKT. SKT wants the game to slow down. They need Khan to walk all the way down or TP to make sure like this kind of situation doesn't go on. But the fact that they decide to trade accelerates the game.
And you can see that is continuing now.
This is gonna speed up the game for G2 because they get turret and they're gonna be on second turret, and then Khan just keeps pushing, so they fall behind even more in tempo and the game becomes faster and faster.
So if Faker and Khan continue pressuring the mid and top, there is answers available.
This makes the game go faster and faster, which is so bad for SKT.
That's a 4-man stack on the bottom lane. Mickey's looking for a way to get in with the quickness. 2 towers have fallen in favor of G2 esports at what looks to be the cost.
SKT hasn't gotten a single turret yet.
Been left alone for a while.
This is just beautiful map play right now from G2. One of the big... Oh, we see a bit of a play.
Oh
And
my.
this is what you talked about, Vedi, as Khan steals the ultimate. The Realm Warp gets him out to safety. Such a beautiful hijack.
Oh my goodness, what a great ultimate. You didn't manage to get turret and you fucking ran away. Oh, fucking amazing. Khan outplaying the shit out of Caps there. Now they're only about 5k behind, 17 minutes into the game, and they're gonna lose when Baron comes up. Amazing. That's my boy. Let's go, Korea. You got this.
It is a 5. Any other team
Khan has 2 armor items, so if he runs into Elise or Ryze, he's just gonna insta-melt.
SK Telecom with Faker at the helm.
Like Baron.
SKT doesn't need to play flawlessly to get back into the game. Even if SKT plays flawlessly, if G2 doesn't mess up, they don't have a shot.
And you'd say, okay, this is the next big objective for G2 coming back.
When G2 sets up for Baron, SKT doesn't have a play. Because they need to check into the Baron, but they can't check into G2. Oh man, that's gonna be game over. Around 21 minutes, either they get Dragon or they start setting up for Baron and SKT doesn't have an answer. Dragon or Baron, and it's game over.
Esports have got a gigantic lead, and Faker steps forward into vision. G2 not done yet. The shock blast chunks down Clit. He continues to run for his life. Now Baron vision is being set up, and Europe, if you had any doubts, surely this starts to squash them.
This is SKT Vision. Look at SKT Vision. The deepest ward they have is this. They have no way to check into Baron.
G2 have played a flawless 20 minutes.
Fuck.
But dare I say that's the easiest part of the game to play. Let's see if they finish it out, as that is going to be the deciding factor. Dredge line nearly catches Wonder out as Faker and Mata try to defend the tower. Not done yet. The shock blast comes in from behind enemy lines, and SKT
who fucking checks into the Elise?
Attention to the mini map right now, because you can just see how much vision SKT has versus the amount
checks
of
into
vision
the
that
Elise?
G2 has. Like, everything is in darkness for the side of SKT, and all of their waves are being pushed under their tower, which means that SKT can they have to walk into fog of war when approaching this Baron, which means that there's always the risk of them getting picked off and getting collapsed upon.
So they're able to check in, but it's like 3 people grouped up and G2 already based. G2 should send Rise bot side. Rise is gonna destroy Sylas. They should keep Jace with them because they already have catch with Elise and Rakan. If they send Rise bot side to match Sylas, Sylas literally can't do anything.
Now that ticking timer as SKT are looking to scale, looking to find those options, those ways to buy time. Unfortunately,
They end up sending Jace, which is okay, but they should really send Rise bot lane, not Jace. Because Sylas built all armor. Rise would fucking shred Sylas.
Actually love to get the teleport out from Khan, because if they then have no teleports on the map, playing this 1-3-1 becomes a lot easier. Which is why I'm a little surprised as to why G2 actually haven't forced the Baron just yet, because the amount of control they have over
They're waiting for Dragon, that's why they haven't done Baron. Oh, it's so bad for SKT because they can never check in and they can't deal with the side lane. There needs to be 2 mistakes made from G2. There needs to be a mistake made from the 4 on the Baron side and also a mistake from Jace. Wonder is so consistent. Wonder isn't mistake prone at all, and I also don't think there's going to be a mistake made from the 4.
Ninjas to get dodged by the Feather Storm. SKT looking for the re-engage.
Oh? Wait, this is not bad for SKT at all. G2 opting into a full-on 5v5.
Ninjas to get dodged by the Feather Storm. SKT looking for the re-engage.
Ah, Clid! Why? Holy fuck! Your team caught out Rise, and you got rooted here. If Clid doesn't get caught out here, they win the fight on this side.
Use their onto Wonder. Defensive move away from Cap. The Hourglass goes down. Perks takes out Clid. That's the first for G2. The Cocoon on the back end.
SKT actually could have won a fight. They actually could have won a fight, but Clid is fucking blind.
2 quick kills for Europe.
G2 find really big kills there, and it looked like that was the moment SKT were waiting for, the small misstep, the small misplay from the side of G2, but they were
so people are saying Perks was baiting, but there's better ways to bait, like than take that fight, and also if Clid wasn't an idiot, and he didn't walk into the feathers, if he just waited for the feathers to rain out, SKT caught caps there. That could have gone bad for G2. That actually could have gone bad for G2.
Baron and an even larger gold lead at 24 minutes on the clock.
Caps got caught there. Yeah, no. Look. Look on this side. Look on this side, guys. Oh, Wonder got caught, not Caps. My bad. Wonder got caught. So Wonder's caught here, and then there's this feather angle, right? Imagine Teddy and Clid are like, oh look, the Jace has no flash, and he's fucking caught. Let's go around and kill the Jace. What if they did that? Like, what if they do that? Jace no flash, no Zhonya's, and he got caught. If they do that, then the fucking Jace is fucked, and G2 actually lose this fight. What do you mean not enough time to go around? They literally just go here. Like, Wonder would die here.
And the biggest thing here was this stopwatch from Cat, because 3 members have committed onto him, thinking that they could just secure that kill, but then he buys so much time for the rest of the G2 members to then
look at the kill. What the fuck are you guys saying? What do you mean look at the other feathers? Yeah, look at the other feathers. There isn't enough to root them. Also, Wonder had flashed there. He flashed later. If they take the fight on this angle and they ignore this side and Clid doesn't get caught, this is so much fucking better for SKT. You're blind if you don't think SKT can't win on this side if they converge on this side. It takes much longer time for these 3 to go all the way here than these 2 to go all the way here. It's so much better for SKT.
You then had this 2-pronged attack.
Clid getting caught there was so fucking bad. They had a shot at that fight.
Could have fallen apart, so they were forced to retreat, meaning they
remember what G2 wants. G2 wants small skirmishes. If SKT is allowed to take a 5v5, that is so good for SKT in a situation where they have no shot at the game. Like, they were given a shot at the game.
Continue the fight. And with topside.
Oh, Caps?
No flash available. That is an easy
what?
Oh, topside.
The match.
They don't see anyone. Caps should have played this so much safer. Damn. He wanted to check that brush just in case someone was there.
That is an easy kill picked up by SKT, and listen to Hanoi. That's a lot of SKT fans in the audience. While that's going on though, G2 are now looking for the engage. The quickness goes forward. Clid forced to move defensively. The Hourglass used
I fucking hate this Nautilus pick into the Zaya. Bye, Faker.
from the fight.
These kind of
Now the
skirmish
Wolves in
shifts.
return.
The SKT lineup,
Perks actually
now they
played
break the base.
The base is
like
opening
so
wide.
well
The
this
inhibitor
game.
will fall shortly. 15 seconds for Khan.
Are they going for
20
it?
for Faker. G2 Esports are teleporting into the base. They're looking for the Nexus turret.
Perks actually
with the
play
Baron
so
and
well
Barb
this
minion.
game.
Nexus turret number 1 falls. Nexus turret number 2 is being
I think overall all of G2 played well, but Perks played really well.
That's not over yet. The Nexus turret falls. Ladies and gentlemen watching MSI, do EU believe? G2
Do
open
EU
the
believe?
SKT.
Damn.
That was one of the cleanest G2 games that European
Holy
fans will
fucking
have
shit.
seen. A one-sided dominant performance.
Oh, even though I expected this, I'm so sad. I thought SKT would be dumb, pick a Zir, opt into teamfight and lose,
100%
but
kill participation
I'm
for
still
me.
fucking
The
disappointed.
support that so many fans